Hello again, Disclavia fans. Well, that didn't take you very long, did it? Since I posted the last how-to number 4 video only yesterday to come back to me with lots of questions and lots of bits and pieces. So I'm going to do a lightning recap of what number 4 how-to video was all about. And if you remember, we went under the piano, we set the speakers up properly with the volumes, etc. We went into the controller and we found the setting, audio in and out, volumes. If it's an Inspire, it's just audio in and out. And we cranked up the volume of the analog in or the Omni in settings to the highest they'll go, which is 127. And remember, if you've got a Mark III, you need to shove a CD in the drive before you can even get to that part of the menu. And then we got our cable, and on the other end was the RCA jacks, and on this end, and this is one of the questions, is a headphone jack. Now, some people said, oh, my device, whatever that is, hasn't got a headphone jack, it's got a USB. Whatever it is, whatever you would normally do to listen to your device on headphones, and remember, you've got to, as it says in the how-to document, you've got to switch off all of the sound enhancements. So if you've got spatial stereo switched on, or any of this fancy stuff, or the equalizer for bass and treble, etc., you've got to turn it all off. These things are extremely fussy. If they hear anything that they don't want to hear, they shut down. So although this has just got an 1/8 of an inch stereo jack plug on the end, if your device, like your iPad or whatever, has got a USB-C connection for headphones, or your iPhone has a lightning jack for headphones, whatever it is you use, you've got to have headphones, they're here, and the other end of the cable plugged in to the Omni in or the analog MIDI inputs. And then we got a file, just a single WAV file, and we played it. Ready? There it is. That's the noise. And you can probably hear Michael Bublé trying to get a word in here. We'll let him go for a second. Then we took this, we shoved that into the headphone jack, and look what happens. And as we said yesterday, that doesn't appear to be rocket science. If you want that file, that single file, without having to go through zip files and everything else, if you just want me to send you that single WAV file so that you can play with it, just email and ask, and I'll just send it to you. You can stick it on your desktop, play it, plug your headphone cable in, and if you've done everything that I told you to do, then the piano will burst into life and start singing. At least I know then that you've got the right file. So if you want it, just email me, john@driscoll.co.uk. Some of you try to find the videos on YouTube. You go to YouTube where it says search, you type in John Driscoll piano, hit the enter key, you'll get a variety of different things come up, but you'll see my ugly face. Just click on my face and it will show you all of these videos. So the how-to videos, 1, 2, 3, 4 was yesterday. This is 5, and this thing is trying to explain to you and to answer your questions about this balance thing. Everything I'm saying here is in the how-to document, but videos seem to be the thing of the day. So what we're doing is we're trying to balance sound half of which comes from the piano, and the other half comes from the audio track that the piano is accompanying. Now, your piano is different to my piano. Even if it's exactly the same model, it will be different. And you know why? Because it's in a different place. This piano is nicely snuggled in the corner. That enhances its bass response. It's got a bit of carpet on the floor. The lid is half open. All of these factors will determine how much sound comes out of your piano. If you've got a 9-foot concert grand Yamaha piano, that makes a shitload of noise. So don't expect anything to happen quietly with a piano of that size and stature. So the piano is a constant. When you feed a MIDI signal into the piano, it will be constant. And remember, MIDI isn't music. MIDI is instructions for music. It will follow the pianist's fingers who created the MIDI file, and it will know whether the pianist is doing this or whether he's doing this. There's a lot of difference in that volume. It's a pianoforte, so it's loud and soft. So the noise that the piano makes is a constant. It is what it is. Now, unfortunately, Yamaha have slightly complicated things by introducing this word volume, because you've got a volume control on your controller. Do you know, I wish they hadn't, because in MIDI there is no such word as volume. All there is this thing called velocity. So a MIDI instruction will tell the piano which key to play. It will tell the piano for how long it should play it for. It will tell the piano the velocity of the hammer. The faster the hammer goes, the harder it hits the string and the more noise it makes. That's what velocity means. We don't have volume in MIDI, we just have velocity. So this is high velocity, and this is a low velocity. And we humans interpret that as volume, but MIDI doesn't know anything about volume because it's to do with ears. Pianos haven't got ears. So we've got to try and balance these two things together. It's one of the reasons why we turned up the analog MIDI in volume or the Omni in volume to full, because at least if I'm trying to help you, it gives us a baseline to work to. There's nothing worse than trying to help a customer and then all of a sudden they say, oh, I've realized why we've spent the last 6 days trying to work out why my piano isn't making any noise. I forgot to turn up the volume of the speakers underneath the piano. At least by following these videos through, we're all going to be on the same page. So I'm going to now grab I'm going to grab my iPhone, which is recording all of this, and we're going to look at this file. So let's grab my laptop, let's plug in here where it says headphones. Done. And here is our Call Me Irresponsible WAV file that I will just send you as it is, raw. And if I hit play, so at the moment we got noise coming from the speakers, and now the piano's joined in. So what I want you to do is I'd like you to listen to this. Here is the volume control on my laptop. Watch what happens if I take it down to halfway. What happens if I take it down to a third of the way? did you notice anything? When I was turning this volume down here, wherever I put it, where's my volume control? Okay, when I'm playing with this volume control, oh, this is just my laptop's volume control. When I put it down here, Michael Bublé disappeared. The piano didn't change. That's what I meant by the piano being constant. This laptop is delivering audio plus a MIDI signal. It's an analog MIDI signal, but it's still a MIDI signal really. And it doesn't matter where I put this volume slider, except if I put it right down low, and then, in which case the piano can't pick it up down there. But no matter where I put this volume slider, the piano volume will not change. So what on earth is balancing? Well, the piano is the constant, that's your bass line, and to balance the audio and the piano together so that they sound right means raising or lowering the volume of the song, the audio side. Okay? So we're keeping the piano at the same level because we can't change that. That's a MIDI instruction, same velocity. And all we can do to balance is either increase or decrease the accompaniment. So if I start it playing again and I put this right up here to 100, we'll hit play.
Well, I'm not too clever, I just adore.
We've probably got too much Michael Bublé. Send him down here. Now I've got no Michael Bublé and all piano. Same volume piano, that's never changing. So I set, or in the document, it says set the volume of your device to about 75–80%. Because if I had to guess, that's what kind of works. So if I press play, I should get a nice balance of Michael Bublé and my piano. With a bit of luck.
I just adore you.
So we've got it balanced. The only way to control a Disclavia so that the overall volume can go up and down is on your controller or on your app or however you control. So here, my little volumes, I can take this down. So what that will do is that will globally change the volume of the sound coming out of this instrument. So it will reduce the velocity of the hammers, making the piano quieter, whilst at the same time making the accompaniment, Michael Bublé, softer. So if I press play again, it's much quieter. That's about as quiet as this piano will get. Now if you start taking it down any further, these keys are, these are going to start missing notes because the hammers haven't got enough force to hit the strings. So all you need to know is to start with, set this to around 80%. Get your piano volume to somewhere where you feel comfortable with it. So I'll just crank it up to about there. This is cocktail party volume. actually quite a nice track if you want it. Okay. So that was an explanation of balancing, which I hope you got. And it's just easier to actually show you it. It's a shame I haven't got a flying machine or time, and I could just beam myself into your lounge and do it, because I've done this probably literally thousands of times now over the years. But I'm not there, so I have to try and communicate this either in the how-to document or the how-to videos that you're looking at the moment. Look, good luck with your instrument. They are incredible things. They are audio-visual pieces of entertainment. I'm pretty sure that once you've got it all set up and working and singing, when you have your friends, neighbours, families around, they will just stand around the piano staring at the keys. I don't know what it is. It's mesmerising. People will just stand there and look. So have fun, and we'll see if this 5th video answers the questions that I've been asked in the last 24 hours. If you've got more questions, or you want that Michael Bublé file, I'll send it to you. In the meantime, have fun and enjoy the music.